Hi guys, Richard here from Ultimate Arcade Machines. This is a quick look at our new Raspberry Pi 4 image. We're still building it. We've got a customer waiting for the first bar top to be done, so we're trying our fastest. The last one took a couple of years to build. This one we've been going for quite a few months already. What we've done is we've actually decided to boot from a SSD or a 1 terabyte hard drive, so we can get all the PlayStation games on and any other extra systems that take up a lot of room like that. So this one here has got all the first one has or had, as well as more. So I'm just going to give you a quick view of what it looks like today. So I'm just going to take you through. So we've got Amiga. So if we click into here, obviously you've got like all your games that. Now this one here, we're having trouble getting it working on this Pi 4 for some reason, even with the right what do you call it, BIOS and so on, and the right emulators. But look, we'll get it working, but it just gives you an idea. We'll just flick through some of this. We'll actually just once, if you press X when you're in any category, it just jumps you through to like a new game. So just take a look. Some will have videos because we've been able to copy them over from the other drive, but some obviously we've still got to work at getting the videos on stuff. So as you can see, some don't actually have it and some do have it, and some we may not be able to get them for, but you know, we do our best to get it all, so it looks quite nice for everyone. We'll come out of there. So that's the Amiga category. We'll go across. Oh, okay, so we used to go across sideways. I'm being silly here. So this is actually called Epic Nor. I think it is the actual image, or what you say, the actual UI settings, which is basically, you can change the look of your computer in a sec, you know, by changing it. So yeah, this one's Epic Nor. So we're actually going to go down. So down will be arcade. So this is the arcade category. We've got 2006 games there, and we can have a look at some of these here. So we'll just flick through with the X again and have a look. So there's quite a few games in here. I've tested every single one of these and they've worked. That's what sort of takes most of the time. This was a favourite of mine as a kid. So basically, yeah, every single one works. If it doesn't work, we've taken it out. Even on our games list that we're building, it'll actually be able to remove from now on. We used to leave them in red so you could see that we couldn't get one working. Now we just decide to take them out because a lot of them aren't games that people actually know or want anyway, and there's so many duplicates across the systems. You'll see what I mean as we go through. So we're just going to keep flicking through. Tour Racer. Like I said, I spent the most time on this. This took 3 or 4 weeks alone just to get everyone played and playable. They all use different emulators, so you know, like some are 2003, some are 2003 Plus, some are 2015, some are FB Neo, some are Alpha. So there's quite a few on this one. So anyway, that's taken the most time to actually get up and running. But anyway, we've got the whole lot running. So every single one runs on the actual arcade system. So we'll come out of there. We'll go to the next one. So we've got an Atari 2600. I think we've got all this one working from memory. We won't do any gameplay today. This is just a quick one on just what we've got. I remember playing that as a kid. Yeah, so this one looks really cool. You got your Mario Brothers. Like I said, they're quite common. Same as one we just saw actually, but just a Atari version. So they're across multiple platforms really, all the games. So we're going to come out of there and we're going to go down again. Atari 5200 now. I still haven't got this one working, but we'll go in there and we'll have a look at it. So it looks quite good. You know, we haven't got any videos for this one by the look of it. We've only got the snapshots, but that's all right. We'll try and get this one working too. If we can't for some unknown reason, we'll remove them and we'll continue to work in the back of the background without you guys knowing until we do get them working. But look, like I said, you know, whatever we can get on there, we do. 7800s are not one of the categories that's hard to get going for some reason. Quite a few games on here too. Galaga. I think we actually might have this one working. I'm not too sure. Like I said, I'm not going to press start on any of them because I don't want to sort of waste any time on showing you the whole system. We'll come out of there. Got Atari links. These all work. This Epic Nor thing is really, really nice too. So you've got a nice big video window there on the side. You've also got obviously, you know, all your, quite a nice, easy to read on the left there, games list. We can scroll down like that, which is really, really easy to do. We can obviously press X and we'll just flick through to somewhere else like this. And that's how I find new games to play, which I haven't played before. Because with, you know, 15, 20,000 games on this, like, it's hard to find every game. And you end up playing the top 5 or 10 that you love playing, and then you don't really explore anymore. So I sort of encourage everyone to just press X when they're in a system like this and just go, okay, what's that? And then just try and play the game. Okay, we'll come out of there. So that's Atari Links, whatever you say. Commodore. Now this has been asked for especially for the customer that we're building the bar top for. So we've downloaded the emulator that works. I think it's F-Pace or Commodore Pace or something. But look, we've got one game in there just to actually have a go of playing it. We haven't got it working yet. We're still continuing to work on that one, so we may end up with them on there. But again, you need a keyboard to play a lot of the Amiga games and this Commodore one. So I'm sort of in two minds about actually taking out the keyboard games and just leaving it so you got controllers and you know, joysticks and stuff to play every one. Otherwise you've got to get a keyboard out, and sometimes on the stand-up 2-in-1, which has the portable deck as well as the stand-up, you can't place the keyboard anywhere, so it sort of defeats the purpose. But I suppose if you've got like the deck out on the dining room table at your mate's place having a beer, you could put a keyboard plugged in and play some of them. So I might leave them in there. So you guys let me know. Give me feedback down below in the you know, comments, so we know if that's what you're after as well. Okay, we'll come out of that one since that's all that's really in there. Oh, we're not in there actually. Daphne. Oh, look, I've got them all set up and working. What I don't like about Daphne and a few of these other ones when you go in here is the controls aren't the same. Sorry, I'll go back in. The controls aren't the same once you're in there, and that's, you can't just easily like sort of use the joystick and controls and escape out. You need a keyboard put in to escape twice to get out of some of them and things like that. So once you're in, you sort of get locked in. So again, could we leave them in there for people with more experience that know how to work around the emulator for Daphne, or do we take them out so it's just an easier and a better, you know, gaming experience for you guys? So you let me know down in the comments again. Leave in Daphne, take out Daphne, see if we can get a workaround. But at the moment I haven't found a workaround. It's just very hard to control, so still working on that one. I've only just got that one in there. What have we got next? We've got Famicom Disk System. Sorry, I'm mixing my words up. 489 games in this one. Now this is basically just the same as Nintendo Entertainment System that was in Australia, but just the Japanese version. So, and as you can see, a lot of the games there are in Japanese. We'll just press X to go through and have a look at a couple. As far as I know, all these ones are working too. We've got all this one going. So you can play all of these games, and it's quite good because you do have a lot of Japanese games in here that weren't on the Nintendo Entertainment System and vice versa. So we've got both the systems on there. So this is just a couple of quick games. We'll come out of there. We'll look at the next one. Game & Watch. This is a cool category. So I used to play all these, and I've started collecting them as well. If anyone knows of any going secondhand, trying to build the collection up. Yeah, so look, we'll have a look at a couple of these. We'll go down to a couple of the big ones of the time was this multi-screen here. Donkey Kong. And again, these all work a little bit different. So you go in and you use your select button. It brings up your little hand where game A and B is. Then you press start on the game A or B. Then you use the left hand control pad to use the 4x, and then any button will do the A button on the right hand side. And then others have 2 buttons and things like that. So you just got to work out how they all work. But look, we'll go through a few of them in here. They're all really cool. Like, I haven't played these since I was a kid. No video we could find on that one, obviously. What do we got? We've got this one here. There's some really cool stuff in here, so these all work fine too. These are all working 100%, so pretty happy with this one at the moment. And Mario Brothers, these bring back such memories, eh? Really, really cool. Some of those upright ones. Okay, we'll get out of this one. We'll go to the next category. Okay, so we've got Sega Game Gear. So we've got 1177 games in that one. I had one of these as a kid. I played, I think it was Dragon Crystal, I think it was, like non-stop. Really, really good system. It was a full colour handheld. I remember going down to see my parents in Sydney, I'm sorry, my grandparents in Sydney, and playing on this all the time. And also you could connect a TV tuner and watch what was I, when I was a kid back then, probably like Home and Away and stuff on the trip down to Sydney. So, it really holds a lot of memories, this one for me. But yeah, really, really cool. The graphics on this for such a small little screen. Sometimes, as you probably all know with emulation and gaming now, with all these old school ones, it's like, oh, the graphics are pretty bad. Well, they weren't great back then, but you can shrink the screen down so it's the same size as what they were back then, like in the middle of your TV, which would look pretty silly. Or you sort of, you have got options of putting shaders and different like sort of covers over the top to make them look a little bit better. And when you get into the big box and launch box type thing, you can actually use like upscaling to 4K and things with some of these old games. So, we'll come out of there. A really good category. Nintendo Game Boy, all working. And we've got quite a bit in this one too. A lot of games in this one. So let's have a look at a couple of different ones in here. Kirby's Dream. This is obviously the black and white Game Boy, the original. These all work well. Back in Time. And like I said, I hardly play these ones because I never had one of these. Or that Mortal Kombat on your Game Boy. Looks like you got Mortal Kombat 1, 2 and 3 in there, so that's really cool. Okay, we'll come out of Game Boy. What do we got next? We got a Game Boy Advance, so let's have a look at what's in there. 1164 games. We're going to go in. Looking really, really good here. You got a lot of 2-in-1 games there. We'll jump around. Street Fighter Alpha 3. I mean, look at that. That's a Game Boy Advance, so handheld, full color. Pretty, really cool. These all work, by the way. Got them all going. If you ever do buy a system from us and there is one game not working, which we did have a while back when we first started, you just send me a message, and then what we do is we pull out the ROM, find a new ROM that works, we chuck it in, we get it tested and working, then every person from then on gets it, and then when you do your upgrades eventually, or you want to upgrade, we can fix that up for you too, or if you're around the coast, you can come and drop in and I can just give you an upgraded SSD or card, whatever it may be, for whichever system you're buying. The reason why we're doing the Pi4 is because we obviously can't get any Pi3s at the moment, which is the first one that we built. Going down to Game Boy Color now. And we'll go in there and have a look. There's a 900 odd games. This looks really good. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead with the Pi4. There are rumours of a Pi5, which, you know, the Pi4 is only just settling down, and I think it's sort of time to sort of up our system onto it. Unfortunately, you know, with an SSD being $150, $200 plus also a few extra bits and pieces we need to do for the upgrade. It is a few $100 extra to do the Pi4 at the moment over a Pi3, so we'll try not to ever increase the cost, but with the absence of the Pi3, we need to obviously change something, so we decided to, you know, just charge a few $100 extra and give everyone, you know, the Pi4 with this image on it, so, which is really cool. I mean, it's obviously faster loading, really quick, things like that, and, you know, you've got a full terabyte here. I think we've only put a few hundred gig on so far, which is a lot bigger than our last image, but, you know, because we only had 128 on our last image, so, anyway, come out of here, we'll have a look at the next one. We've got Sega Master System. We've got 428 games, another favourite of mine. A little bit of history about me. When I was a kid, basically was a store competitor in Myers and Kmart at the time, and made it through to the I think it was the state finals with this one, the regional finals, then the state finals. Then I didn't get through to the Australian titles on this one. Oops, I just went sideways, which actually goes back. So let's just go back in there like that. We'll go back and make sure we're in the right spot. Yeah, so I ended up winning a lot of games as a kid and that. I never played them a lot. I just gifted sort of with arcading or gaming. My little boy Dom, he's gifted as well with the talent. He's pretty good with them all. He's amazing. So he gets it from his dad, obviously. And that's probably why I do all this, because I enjoy it and I enjoy giving it to you guys. Okay, so you can see Sega Master System's got a lot on there. We won't keep going on that one. We all know what Sega Master System is normally. Next one is the Sega Mega Drive. Now this can be put in under Genesis, I think in the States, or Mega Drive over here. I've left it as Mega Drive at the moment because I just feel it's more Australian. When I am picking out ROMs too, like I did with all the PlayStation and I think it was the Nintendo 64 categories, I did try and use either Australian, if not USA, if not then Worlds, for the ROMs. So, you know, that's just because we're in Australia, you know, so we picked them first. If there was an Australian one, because it would have been the version we had here, then we go to USA because that's the most used one, and then we go to the world ones or Japan ones and things like that if we can't get hold of the other two, and there's another game there that we can put in. So that's how the system goes for me, finding them out. So it's pretty cool, Sega Mega Drive. It was a big system for myself and my brother. We played this a lot. He had the, I think he had the Sega, I think he had the Super Nintendo and had the the Mega Drive, I think. I can't remember. We always got the different gaming system for each Christmas or birthday. I can't remember exactly. And we'll come out of there, we'll look at the next one. So what do we got now? We got MSX. Now this one here I had working on, the Pi3. I don't think I've got it working on this one yet. I'm not sure what the fault is or the problem at the moment, just trying to look into it. But look, we'll go and have a look at the games and that. Because you can do that, you can see all the games, you can see the videos, they're all playing right, just the emulator's not working, and have I got a wrong BIOS, or have I got something conflicting with something else like that. So I'm trying to figure it out. We'll get it all sorted. I do want to keep it on there. It's actually quite a cool system. I played this quite a few times just to check it out, because I never played this one as a kid. Depending on your age bracket too, you sort of will recognise a lot of these, or you won't. Okay, so yeah, like as I'm chatting away, if you think of any questions you want to ask me about when they're available, can you get it on all the different you know, arcades that we offer, such as, you know, the bar top, the deck, the stand up 2-in-1, the sit down, you know, cocktail cabinet. Just chuck them in the comments below so I can find out what you guys are all after and I can reply to you. Okay, this is our latest one. We have finally got it working. I won't play anything on this one. Now the reason being is because they take a bit to load. When I say a bit to load, they take a few seconds, but I haven't got any scraping of the videos or anything on this one yet. So, but I've got them all playing as far as I know. I think I played every single one to get them all working. I tried not to put any doubles in from, like I said, I could really fill this thing with, you know, another 10 or 15,000 games by putting all the duplicates in each system for, say, USA, World, Japan, and Europe type ROMs, and you got 4 of the same game, and you can sort of quadruple the game system. So let's say I've got 15,000 on there, it could be 60,000, but there's no real point in that. So I've tried to make it less confusing for people by just having 1 or 2. Now, Nintendo 64 still doesn't play perfectly well on the Pi4, even if you overclock the system. I will look at overclocking if I think it will help, but I don't want anyone to have issues out there either. So it's like, well, do we just accept them as how they play, or should we overclock them? So again, in the comments, let me know you'd rather it overclocked, and even if that causes issues, you'd rather do that so that way you can play 64 quite well. But at the moment, it's sort of, it's playable on a few of them, but it's not playable on all of them 100%. It's a little bit slow, with the music and a bit laggy and things like that. So let us know, we'll come out of there. What do we got? Neo Geo. Okay, so a lot of these will be in the arcade as well as we've done its own category. Why? Because we may not have all of them in the arcade, and also Neo Geo itself is such a cool category. So we'll go through that. I haven't got videos yet for this one. Again, they all play. I've checked them all out. And look at some of the names there going down. But really cool. Come out of there. What do we got next? We got our Nintendo Entertainment System, so NES. 1948 games, so that's pretty good. These all work, and we'll go through a few of these. Mermaid, not a game I've ever played, but you know, it might end up being. Chill is quite cool on some of the arcade ones, so never seen on this one. There you go, Smurfs there above that one. Snake Rattle that we're on. Vegas Dream, bit of gambling. Yeah, why not? You're having a beer with your mates. World Champion Wrestling. So I've got quite a few there. Anyway, nearly 2,000 games in that category, so really, really cool. Neo Geo Pocket's a nice one. Let's have a look at that one, so we'll go in there. Got only a few games. There wasn't many games. There's not many ROMs around for this one, actually, so I can probably go through them all there and show them all. They're you know, quite simple. Anyway, Pocket Tennis, Samurai Showdown. I've got all the videos and snaps. They all work. We had that on our first system too. Well, it's on the Pi3. Neo Geo Pocket Color, a little bit more in games there. All the video snaps, all working. A bit more gambling games, baseball games. We've got a fair few on here again. Not too bad. We'll come out of there. How many was on that one? There's 82 games on that, so not too bad. Go down again. I've got PC Engine. This one's pretty cool too. 150 games there. We'll look at 149. Go in there and have a look at these. These all play pretty well. Don't mind this one actually. I've played a few off this one. They're quite cool. Yeah, Late Runner's a cool old game. I haven't played it for a long time, but yeah. You find so many cool games that you played as a kid and you just don't even remember. Then you go, oh, I remember this. This is so cool. So yeah, I remember these ones. So anyway, so this is PC Engine. I'll come out of there. I am chasing a lot more systems yet. So what we're going to do is, I think we're going to probably, PSP is a new one for the Pi4 that we're able to do. So I don't think we've got all the video snaps in yet. We've still got to do all that scraping next. But we've got a fair few games in there. Metal Slug, USA. I think they all work too in there so far. There's a few that I know is missing, and it's definitely not the full list at 80, but I am looking at trying to get more games before I scrape it. So yeah, that's a good one. PlayStation, this is the big one that everyone wanted. They wanted all the games for PlayStation. They all play quite well, so 285 games I managed to get. We've got to do scraping and all that on this, I think. Oh no, we got the yeah, we got this one. I think we must have these ready from another file, so that's how I get them anyway. Like if I can't scrape and get everything, I then look for other you know, sort of builds from other enthusiasts and sort of try and grab their videos and content as well. Try and put it all together to what I want, and then sort of go from there. Sometimes it's hard, sometimes I get them all. So yeah, so we've done pretty well with this one. It's probably not the full list of Sony PlayStation either, but it's a pretty good build. So, but that's all playable. That's the new one for the Pi4. Anyway, we'll go back. Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to finish it up with probably what we've got. Options is basically just where you go in to connect up your Wi-Fi. Now, I haven't locked anything off, so if you really wanted to go in there and go into Wi-Fi, select your Wi-Fi at home, add a few of your own ROMs in games, you're more than welcome to. Do you know what I mean? If you want to take a copy of it, so you got it on your computer, give it to a mate. I really don't care. They're all free. They're all accessible out there in the world. I don't charge anything for the gaming system. We only charge you to build your arcade. You get all this free of charge, and if it ever goes wrong, we try and work with you to get it all back right. That's sort of how it all works. So just remember that. But yeah, you can go in there and go in your configurations. You can get more themes to download, which is what the Epic Nor is that I'm in at the moment. So you can do all that from there. Genesis 32. 33 games, it's not bad, you know. We had this on the first one, all works well from memory. That's all playable at the moment, so I'm very happy with that. Doom, it's pretty cool. Come out of there. Genesis, Super Nintendo, like I said, there you go, 2151 games, so over 2,000 games in this category. Really good category too. I thought I had all the video files for this. Maybe we just haven't been able to get a few. Let's have a look. We'll go around and have a look at a few. Okay, none on there. No, maybe we're going to have to scrape for this one too. I thought we had it all, but maybe not. Anyway, I'm sure we can sort all that out and get it right. So the way that works is you scrape them, but it's also a naming type thing. So the way the games list is named, if you can get them or not, but it will change all the names to the right names and then get the right videos and snaps and all that sort of thing too. So I try and get all of them in there where I can, so it looks nice for you guys. It doesn't really matter. You can still play the games, but I just like it. So when you go through, you can have a quick snippet of the game, and then go, oh yeah, that's the one I'm after, and then sort of play. Virtual Boy. Oh, this is a cool little category. It's 24 games only, and they're all in like red. They're really cool. Like check this Tetris house, like 3D going down. So really cool. And they're all the same. They're all like this red. You know, I don't really know much about the system, but there's a Wario. It's pretty cool, eh? And they're all the same. So it must have been a certain system they did, like with some sort of red screen. It's pretty cool. Okay, going down further. We've got a lot of categories on you guys. I think we're at 35 at the moment, 34. Wonder Swan. Oh yeah, this all works fine. I think there was a black and white version, just like the Game Boy. All works 100%, this one. So, but anyway, by the time you guys get it released on your arcades, they're all going to work 100%, or they won't be in there because I'll take them out just so you guys don't have the frustration of not being able to play them. But I'll definitely do my best to get as much on, and we've got, like I said, 200 gigs out of a terabyte on there. We're still going. You know, we've got heaps of room to put more and more, and as we're able to get them and more videos and everything, so it looks all nice, because they all take up a lot of the, you know, build. Wonder Swan color. Really nice. Again, now we've got a color version of the Wonder Swan. A few games in there. Snaps and videos are all up to date on that one. Like I said, I'm ticking all off as I do it. So what was that, 94 games in that one? Okay, so here's your all games. So this is telling you how many I've got on here so far. So 17,220. So we've got a lot of games. But like I said, we've got Amiga, MSX, and Commodore still not working yet. So look, that could account for 1,000 or 2,000 games. So once we get those working, but like I said, you're still going to end up with about at least like 17 to 20,000 games on the Pi4 with PlayStation and Nintendo 64 on there and so on, and PSP and a few others that weren't on the first one. And then we'll try and continue to put Daphne, Dreamcast, there's quite a few of them, 3Do or 3Do, I don't know how you pronounce that one, on there as well. You got favorites, so favorite category is really cool. You can actually put them in there. So as I've been setting it up, I've been putting in my favorites. So Bomb Jack on arcades on my favorite, Bubble. So when you get it, because it'll be a duplicate of the actual system, you'll get all my favorites too. That doesn't matter. All you do is you just press the Y button and it'll remove it. But like this one here, I played as a kid so much. I spent a lot of money at the local corner store, and I went, wow, I haven't played this in so long. So I just chucked it in there just for me to have a look at it later on when I finish doing the build, because I hardly ever play the arcades even though I'm building them for everybody. I just always constantly, you know, just playing them, just building them, sorry, not playing them. So yeah, but that's up to you guys. You just take them out if you don't like them. Yeah, this game was just cool when I played it, so I went, you know, this is fun. So I chucked it there for the kids to have a play off. Come out of there, favourites. Last played is always really good, so if you go in there, whatever I last played, so let's go in there and we'll have a look at what I've been playing. 50 of the last games, yep. Alien. So what it was see how that's Commodore 64 at the top. I tried to play that, it was unplayable. Same with Daphne, I played that, but the controls are hard. Tekken 2 on PlayStation. I just played that just because I had a go of it. We're trying the Atari 5200. Yeah, you can see what I've been doing anyway. and then just checking they're all working. And as you can see, that out of every category there's a couple played to make sure they're all working. So we'll go back, and as you change the actual image, and we're back to the start. So that's just a quick snippet, guys, on our Pi4, just to show you like how easy it is to change the image. I'll just show you that. It's really quick and easy. We press the start button, we go down to UI settings. So let's just say you don't like the look of that Epic Nor, which is here. What we can do is we can change it. So our last one was Magazine Madness, I think either 2 or 1. So we just press that, and then we press back and out of here. And what it does is it changes the whole look of the thing, and it goes sideways, this one, not up and down. But you can see the category before and after, which is why I don't mind these ones here, because, you know, so this is what we've been putting out there for the last year. And we've sold about 200 arcades now over the, since COVID started in 19 to now. So we're doing pretty well. You know, it's hard when I've got another full, you know, business that I run as well, and we do this only on nights and weekends. But, you know, I'm committed to you guys to keep doing it for a bit and making sure you guys get a good arcade. So as you can see, you just go sideways along here, and it's all the same. If you go into any of the categories, it still plays a video snap. Now I've got the games on the right, and this is what I've been using for a long time. Obviously that's a new category to me, same with this one. Some of them don't actually have up-to-date sort of like drawings or pictures and images for every single category. So that's sort of where you end up with, you know, like a blank screen sort of, or just says PlayStation with no logo or anything like that. Like PSP is a new one. Yeah, so it's cool looking at it in the same one that we used to do, but you just change it over. Virtual Boy, I'm pretty sure it's a new one as well. I think I've chucked that in there. But yeah, but you guys go in and you can change this as much as you like. We'll do one more just to give you an idea. Then we'll finish this video up for today, because I've got to get on with. I'm trying to do the clone of this at the moment, so where we're up to, and then now we're going to start doing the back end downloading and coding and stuff, and that's where things can go wrong. So we take a copy all the way through all the time, and the reason for that is just basically we don't want to then get stuck having to redo it again. Whitewood I think is really nice and crisp, so let's have a look at this one. Yeah, we don't want to start from scratch again, so, you know, if we make a mistake, we can start back at here, and we just note what we're up to here and what we start doing from this one onwards, so we can catch it back up if we have to go back to it. So that's what we do, and that's why it takes a few years to build. Oh yeah, I think I put a picture of this up on our I think Instagram and Facebook or social media just recently. Yeah, so see this one, we're going down again, but see, you can see the categories above and below. I sort of like that. So you go, oh cool, I'll go down there, and you just scroll through. When you go into one of them, so let's say we go into this one, you know, you got your screen up the top left playing, and right about, it's quite closed off with big writing on the right there, but see if you wait, it actually scrolls and it shows you the game and, you know, what part of it's from and things like that. So yeah, with the all games category, actually I'll just show you that. If I go to all games, yeah, this is when you turn over into a new system. What happens is it tries to find itself. That's so good, you can see this and that. So some of them don't actually work that well until it settles in. Like so in a couple of minutes it sort of catches itself up. If it does keep doing this, this is one that I'll delete out of there because it's obviously not working great, the theme, which I've had in the past. So what I'm going to do now is, yeah, see how we've got, what I'm trying to do is take you to all games, which would have been just back here a bit. Not too worried about this doing this because it does it if it's not a very good or stable system. So here we go, we've got all games now. Okay, so we're going to go in there. Okay, now if I just hold tight, or what we can do is we can search. You just press the select button and you just go to, we're going to go to like Street Fighter or something like that, something that's got a lot of games. And the reason why I want to show you this, yeah, see how it's just like taking a bit of lag time. I don't know what it is with this theme, but yeah, we'll just get rid of it if it keeps it up. We normally test them out before we give them to you guys. Then let's have a look. Looking just for Street Fighter here. See how it comes up with SU, so I can just stop when I get to ST instead of looking on the right. There's a lot of games on here, remember? Okay, oh here we go, here's a pretty good idea anyway. So Streets of Rage, so if I let it scroll across here, it says Game Gear. Then I want Streets of Games, and it says Mega Drive. So it's telling you which one it's in, so you can actually play it from here as well, but that's where it's actually playing from. And then if you save it to your favorites, it will also go to your favorites. So if I go Y, I think it is, it jumps in my favorites. And if I come out of here and I go to my favorites, and then I go into my faves, right down the very bottom, oh no, it puts it in alphabetical order. So if that was Streets, there we go, S, there we go, it's right in there. If I want to take it out, I just press it twice, and it will remove it. Oh, remove the wrong one, Tank Battalion, but that's all right. I was on the wrong thing, but it's okay. Doesn't really matter. And we come back out of there. Anyway, so we're just going to put it back to Epic Nor because we know that one works really, really well, and we're liking it. Actually, what I'll do is I'll put it back to just carbon. This is the default theme for Retropie, and I just find it really easy when I'm doing setting up and installing stuff. It's just really, really easy. Very boring to look at though, so, but see how clean it is. Pretty simple. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching the video. I want you to put all the comments you can down the bottom, share it, let your friends everyone know. We do arcades only in Australia at the moment, not overseas. But if you're interested in one, get in touch. We are getting a lot of bookings ready for Christmas, and we've got to get all our CNC cut, everything ready for that. And also where there's a very shortage of, like I said, Raspberry Pi 3s and 4s available. We've started stashing them as fast as we can go coming into Christmas, so we have got enough to build quite a few arcades. But first in, first serve, so get your deposit down. It's only 50% on any arcade, and then thereafter 50% before delivery. Then the delivery will come. We'll be delivering it anywhere from northern New South Wales to, say, Sunshine Coast by car or van ourselves, but everything else goes by obviously courier or by Bill, the guy that does all the arcades up and down the coast and down south and so on. Depends on what we can get him for. Okay, so thanks so much for watching, guys, and we look forward to keep working with you. Thank you.